History is full of giants, kings, generals, leaders who move armies like pieces on a chessboard. Their names are etched into monuments, their stories are told in grand epics. But there's another kind of soldier, one whose name is often whispered. They operate in the shadows, between the ticks of a clock, in the space between heartbeats. The unseen hand that can alter the course of a battle with a single calculated action. Masters of distance, patience, absolute precision. A ghost on the wind, a whisper in the trees. Their work is often misunderstood, but its impact is undeniable. These aren't the soldiers you see charging a hill. They aren't leading a platoon into the fray. Their battlefield is lonely. A dusty rooftop, a frozen trench, a dense jungle canopy. Their enemy isn't an army, it's a single specific target, a general, an artillery spotter, another sniper. War to them isn't a chaotic mess of noise and fury. It's a math problem. Wind, distance, gravity. The solution must be perfect. One shot, one moment can save hundreds of lives by stopping a threat before it even begins. We're going to talk about these legends, the ones who became myths on the battlefield. Men and women with a skill few can comprehend and fewer can master. This isn't a celebration of killing. It's a look at a dirty job, a hard job, a job requiring mental fortitude and near superhuman physical control. We start our countdown with a name many of you might know, a modern legend, Chris Kyle. He was a United States Navy SEAL who served 4 tours in the Iraq War. They called him the Legend. On the other side, they called him Al-Shaitan Ramadi, the Devil of Ramadi, and they put a bounty on his head. That's the kind of impact he had. Kyle became the most lethal sniper in United States military history, a fact that weighed on him but also defined his service. He saw his job as one thing and one thing only, protecting his brothers in arms on the ground. His official count stands at 160 confirmed kills, though his personal tally was much higher. He didn't brag about the number. To him, each one represented a moment where he stopped an attack on American soldiers. His most famous shot? A staggering 2,100 yards. That's 1.2 miles. He took out an insurgent aiming a rocket launcher at an approaching United States Army convoy. Using his .338 Lapua Magnum rifle, he calculated the distance, the wind, and the drop, and he delivered. A shot like that isn't just skill. It's a deep, instinctual understanding of a weapon and the environment. A guardian angel with a rifle. Now we go from the hot deserts of Iraq to the freezing forests of Finland. In the winter of 1939, the Soviet Union invaded. The Finns were outnumbered, outgunned, and facing a brutal, unforgiving winter. But they had a secret weapon. A quiet farmer named Simo Häyhä. The Soviets called him Belaya Smrt, the White Death. And for 100 days he haunted them. He was a phantom in the snow, a one-man army inflicting staggering losses. That's right, no scope. Simo Häyhä racked up over 500 confirmed kills with a standard-issue bolt-action Sacco M28, 30 Mosin Nagant rifle using only the iron sights. He preferred them. In the brutal Finnish winter, a telescopic scope could fog up or frost over. By using iron sights, he could stay lower and remain completely concealed in the snow. The Eastern Front of World War II was a meat grinder, a conflict of unprecedented scale and brutality. Out of this crucible of fire and steel came some of history's deadliest snipers. At number 8, a woman who became a legend, Lyudmila Pavlichenko, a history student who, when Germany invaded, was one of the first to volunteer. She was told she should be a nurse, but she insisted on joining the infantry. After proving her skill, she was handed a rifle and sent to the front. They called her Lady Death. She fought in the brutal siege of Odessa, Sevastopol. Over her service, she recorded 309 confirmed kills, including 36 enemy snipers. It's another to duel another trained marksman, a deadly game of cat and mouse. One mistake and it's over. At number 7, another Soviet hero from the same conflict. Immortalized at the Battle of Stalingrad, Vasily Zaitsev. His story is skill and leadership. At Stalingrad, he established a sniper school, training others in delousing, hunting enemy officers and machine gun nests. Zaitsev himself had 242 confirmed kills, a testament to how one person with a rifle could inspire a city to fight back. Let's move to another brutal conflict, the Korean War. Barren, frozen hills of Korea, a Chinese soldier made a name for himself that still echoes in military circles. Number 6, Zhang Taofang. He used unusual equipment, Mosin Nagant M, 1944 carbine, and no telescopic sight, only iron sights. Credited with 214 kills in just 32 days. That's nearly 7 kills per day on average. Number 5, now we jump to the jungles of Vietnam. Meet U.S. Marine Chuck Mawhinney, a quiet hunter from Oregon who brought his skills to war. He served 16 months in Vietnam. He recorded 103 confirmed kills. His actual number is likely higher. Mawhinney's weapon was the bolt-action M40 rifle. His longest confirmed shot was over 1,000 yards. The most legendary feat came during one rainy night. A large North Vietnamese force was using a river to advance, thinking they were concealed. Mawhinney, using an early night vision scope, single-handedly engaged the entire unit. Firing rapidly, he took down 16 enemy soldiers in 30 seconds. At number 4, we go back to the mud and trenches of World War I. This was the war that truly gave birth to the modern sniper, and one of its greatest practitioners was an indigenous Canadian soldier from the Ojibwa nation named Francis Pegamagabo. He was one of the most effective snipers of the entire war, but also one of Canada's most highly decorated indigenous soldiers. Fighting in some of the most horrific battles like the Somme and Passchendaele, jumping forward almost a century, we come to number 3, another Canadian, who set a world record in the mountains of Afghanistan. In 2002, Corporal Rob Furlong, a member of the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry, was part of a sniper team supporting Operation Anaconda. From their mountain perch, they spotted a 3-man Al-Qaeda machine gun team moving into position. There are snipers, and then there is Carlos Hathcock. Coming in at number 2, this U.S. Marine Corps sniper is a legend whose stories sound like they were pulled straight from a Hollywood script. But they're real. Serving in the Vietnam War, Hathcock had 93 confirmed kills, but it was the nature of his work that made him a myth. The North Vietnamese army called him Long Trang, or White Feather, the single white feather he famously wore in his hat. They put a massive bounty on his head and sent their best snipers to hunt him down. One famous mission required him to crawl inch by inch, 4 days, 3 nights, 1,500 yards to reach an NVA general. He moved so slowly. We've reached the top of our list. Number 1. This spot isn't held by just one person, it's held by a soldier whose identity, for security reasons, remains one of the most closely guarded secrets in the British military. In 2009, during the war in Afghanistan, a corporal of horse in the household cavalry made a shot that shattered all existing records. It was an act of such incredible precision that it almost defies belief. Skill, technology, opportunity. The situation? A sniper team on Overwatch. They spotted a Taliban machine gun team pinning down Afghan National Army soldiers. Distance measured by laser rangefinder, 2,475 meters, over 1.5 miles. Environmental conditions were perfect. No wind, clear air, mild weather. Using the L-115, a 3 long-range rifle, chambered in .338 Lapua Magnum, the calculations were mind-boggling. The bullet would be in the air for nearly 6 seconds. He fired. It holds the record for the longest confirmed sniper kill in history. So what do we make of these stories? These tales of ghosts and phantoms, of silent professionals who change the course of battles from over a mile away. But that's not the whole picture. The job of a sniper is one of the loneliest and most mentally taxing jobs in any army, a complex legacy of awe and gravity that deserves to be understood, because sometimes the most powerful force is a single person in the right place at the right time.